A thread on 4chan's TV, which is known as the Film and Television Image Board, has revealed and summed up the cycle of content creation with Hollywood, television, and video games that has been destroying our beloved franchises like clockwork. It is known as the woke cycle and is headlined by a picture of the headline, "People being honest is not racism. Internet blasts Amazon for suspending the Rings of Power reviews, gaslighting a bad show as review bombing." And here's the thing about the woke cycle. Nowadays, people can easily tell that a show or a franchise or product has become woke through the red flags in each cycle. Almost every beloved franchise, video game, or TV show has been thoroughly destroyed, and changed to benefit the phantom audience, also known as Twitter and game journalists, and to a more broad expansion, journalists. Step 1. You create a sequel, prequel, reboot, or spin-off of a beloved classic. 90% of the time, it will not be faithful to the characters or the lore, and it will break canon. It will be lazily written and soulless and corrupted for a neo-Maoist agenda or a political partisan agenda. Step 2. Make intentionally and blatantly inflammatory casting choices. Do it intentionally on purpose and fill scenes with unnecessary dialogue, reference popular culture references that do not fit with the time, setting, or the time, place, or setting, and fill scenes with unnecessary political dialogue or messaging. You can notice it because the casting choices do not fit the setting or the book or the original book or the adaptation of the book. Or because of tokenism, some choices are an intentional mismatch, like the choice to place a well-known black actor in the role of Albert Wesker in the Netflix adaptation of Resident Evil. More red flags can be seen in the marketing in Step 2. Notice that the marketing does not focus on the story, plot, atmosphere, or how the show was made, or the music. They focus on forced diversity or tokenized diversity, or how diverse the cast is. Step 3. Consider that legitimate criticism of the show or the part, and the red flags, such as the focus on diversity, for any reason, will get labeled as Islamophobic, and then blame people who are criticizing it as an Islamophobe. This allows them to double down on the phantom audience and zombie consumers. There's also a point in time during Step 3 where bad reviews from people who actually watch it get removed. Just recently, IMDb, also known as the Internet Movie Database, which is owned by Amazon, has removed all bad reviews of The Lord of the Rings of Power. Basically, any review that has less than 6 stars, you don't see them anymore. They got removed. And you only see reviews of messages. You only see reviews of 6 stars and above. So this is pure manipulation and also a blatant conflict of interest. Step 4. If the show is successful, you get another season or 2. You get views anyway and money from zombie consumers. And besides the streaming services, you got your money anyway. In the event that the show fails, like Resident Evil on Netflix, you can fail upwards and repeat with within a franchise the company provides you over and over. So the real question is, how do you stop this? You can't. You do not. Barring a total economic collapse, which will be happening this year or next year. It will continue. The woke cycle will continue. Thus, it is more important that Hollywood and the video gaming industry, barring a few franchises that are immune to woke fundamentalism, or franchises or companies that know they provide a good product, must collapse into dust. It is very important that if you have not started doing so, is to buy physical media. Already in the United Kingdom, they are already adding scenes and moving voice lines that are perceived as problematic. They're doing this so they can feel better instead of actually solving the issue behind the moving of the lines. Hollywood has purged itself of most its good talent. Basically, they're basically literally gatekeeping any good talent. Basically, if you have good talent, it's not enough. You have to fit into the political atmosphere. And the businessmen, they have kept the political mentality of their actors in check, are gone or retired, and they're replaced by more politically minded owners and businessmen. This is why so many releases are sequels, remakes, prequels, and reboots. And many of these reboots are nowadays being wokeified, basically injecting partisan politics and partisan political politics and tokenized diversity. In most cases, the show or the movie isn't good. Now, there are movies and productions that are woke, and they provide a good, entertaining experience. But they are few and rare in comparison to the garbage that we are seeing in Hollywood, especially post 2020, especially post March 2020. The other alternative is to simply walk away from Hollywood, because it'll be like this for a long time until there is an economic collapse. This is JK speaking from the Ministry of Otaku. Thanks for watching.